audio that I'm getting here is a little bit better. I really did not want to wake up this morning. A lot of mornings I don't want to. As early as it is, as gruesome as it is, as groggy as it can be, it's a hassle. But there's a reason I do it. And that reason itself is, I think, much beyond the scope of what I had intended to talk about today, so maybe another time. But in my restlessness last night, I was having all these thoughts, as I so often tend to do. Talk about me being restless. And in that moment, I was thinking of a few things upcoming in life. You know, 1 year from now, I will be recounting stories of, my time in Mexico. Which is weird to even think about. If you had told me that in any way I would be living over there for an extended period of time, I would call you crazy. Honestly, I don't know, I don't know, it's just crazy. I would have never thought that. And so as I think about it, I just marvel at how crazy life is to some extent. 1 minute, or really 3 months ago or so, 4 months, 4 months from this time as well, end of the month of June. 4 months ago, I was prompted so early in my life of being asked if I wanted to move out. And to be honest, I didn't see myself as ready. And then with one conversation from my father, I'm now considering where to move out to. And after one trip outside the country, I'm reconsidering where I want to live at. After one long, hard conversation, I'm gonna be outside of America. It's also strange. Telling me this times ago, I wouldn't believe it. Telling me this months ago, years ago. But for the past 1 month, Louis, for the past 1 month, is what's been on my mind. So, I'm already thinking about it extensively. Do I move to Colombia in July and then live out there, or I heard Costa Rica is nice, Argentina, Ecuador, back to El Salvador, and do something a little bit more niche like Nicaragua. And they have some nice mountains and other areas of the world that just seem nice. If nothing's stopping me, I don't see why not. But I really do want to see where things go, where I'm taken, where the Lord has me. I just remark on it all as it's also, I suppose you could say, out of this world, out of this country for sure, but out of this world. I just would have never thought that. But in it all, and I think this can come to a very good lesson that I've definitely learned, and it's probably one applicable, if anything, for this type of formatted journal or video, but I, above all others, have too much. And to some extent, the curse of my life has become so many blessings, which is paradoxical. What could that even mean, right? It was when I was over in El Salvador, and we were working on one of the roofs, and we pulled it off over to the lady's house. We're fixing it up with a few other guys, older men, and being Hispanics themselves. And we pulled the roof off, and you realize that these people's houses are maybe the size of this room, a little bit larger if they're blessed. Half the people in this country don't even know that. We see the documentaries, the poor folks, the Indians, the impoverished area of, you could say, like Bangladesh, or broken down parts of Venezuela, or what's that one country? Haiti. Some of the things going on there, or it might be Dominican Republic, where just a lot of gang violence is going on. Or, the Mexican cartel. Like, we see this stuff on the, I guess, not as much on the news, but in documentaries, right? Of what the third world looks like, and that terrible side of the globe where individuals are impoverished, I guess you could say just less fortunate, stuff like that. And it makes us aware of it to some extent, but we're still not aware of it. We apprehend it, but we don't understand it. We apprehend, but we're not aware. I think that's the main distinction in the sort of American ideology of what impoverished truly is and what it means. But to look at these people, especially in El Salvador, and see how much they had and how much of themselves that they gave, yet physically having so little. It was a moment in my life It was the moment in my life I really did realize how much I had. ever since I was born, our family always had a dining room larger than this room, with a table we never used, a china set we never touched, and an aesthetic where we never ate. I'm gonna be moving out of this house, our entire family is, in a month or two. I don't know if it's a month, maybe 2 months, but this house alone, because we have too much. We have a family room we don't use. We have a dining room we don't use. We have an office that we don't use. We thought about using it, but don't use it. I have an extra room that I don't have to use and have been using less, and I'm selling out of everything. We have like a general play lounge area that we don't use. And we have a theater room we don't even use. So we have far too much. Far too much. And it makes me think, like, all these people who are like, $10,000 a month on YouTube, gurus, and surprisingly young business owners who are making it well in life. I'll give it up, they're doing a good thing. But to the folks who take that money and spend it so frivolously on these large apartments and houses and places that they themselves don't even use to the fullest. Finding the balance between what you want and need. I think that's a lot of the satisfaction in life. Finding the balance of what you need is just life, right? Food, water, but those wants, and I guess ultimately, like, to what extent do you fulfill those? I think that's another topic in of itself. And you think about it in these millionaires and billionaires, these YouTube videos of, I have a bowling alley in my house. As a kid, I'd look at that and marvel and wonder, but looking at it now, it's so empty. Because you go in there, you do it like once, twice if you really like it, 3 times if you bring people over, but that's it. And like those 3 times, you couldn't just go to a bowling alley with your friends. I mean, it's one of those things. Yeah, it's approaching that time. My eyes been hurting. Hopefully these AirPods do better audio, but yeah. I think I'm gonna call it quits there. Make some tea and start my day. The sun is rising. But learn to live with less. That's what I've been taught in the past month, and it's been the most humbling experience of my life.